What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a Jen and Barry's video. This month I have two collections to show you all. We have the Fallout Quad Part 2, which you saw Part 1 last month for the November release. And I also have a beautiful Lord of the Rings collection to show you all too. Now, what I want to really highlight in this is, I think this is the moment a lot of you have been waiting for. The number one question I get on the channel is, where do I find your ring magnet? I've had a lot of questions on it, and because I kind of fashioned it uniquely, I think some people even thought I had like a magnet that had a charm on it, which yes and no. The ring magnet I normally use is this one right here, and I just have a keychain that I attach to it. It came with a little present a little while back. So I love the keychain, and I liked that attaching it on allows me to stick it to my desk and I don't lose it because of the charm. But that's the big fancy magnet here at that. I love. So why do I use it so much? I like it. That's as plain as simple. A lot of you do too, apparently. And like I said, it is one of the biggest questions I get on the channel. With that said, why am I talking about this? Jen and Barry's for this collection is going to have a ring magnet, and I'm here to say it is way prettier than my ring magnet. And it is, if used correctly, it will make the same pattern as my ring. This one can be used very similar to the one that I have. I have found that they're pretty similar in strength. So is it a neodymium magnet or a horseshoe magnet? Absolutely not. But I think they work great. And I've been using this one here and there. I accidentally did a sneak peek on the Jen and Barry's video for last month. And I didn't mean to show it to you all yet, but you already saw it perform once. But this will come with the full collection purchase of the Lord of the Rings collection. If I get clarification that y'all can buy it on the site without the full collection, which knowing Jen, probably absolutely. I'm going to have that corrected around my head here. But as of right now that I know, this will come with the full collection for the Lord of the Rings set. There is, I think, there's a couple magnets. I want to say there was 3. I swatched them a month ago, so I'm going off of a frazzled baby brain here. But if you want my magnet, this is as close as you can get to it. To answer your question broadly, where did I get this one? This was gifted to me through Polished Pickups headquarters. It's my favorite magnet ever. I love it. I love it to pieces, and it's just very unique in design. We did have it in stock from Polished Pickup before, but the manufacturer that they were getting them from discontinued them. That's why you don't see them on the PPU site. So if you are looking for my magnet and you want it as close as possible, this is like really pretty much going to get you there with the same design that I do. You will see it in the collection that I show you on this video for the Lord of the Rings set. The magnetics, I will show you all them again. It'll do the same design if you hold it. You know, I usually do it halfway through. I know you can't really see it on a lot of the angles that you're seeing, but if you hold it at a halfway point on your nail and make sure that that opening of the ring is on the side of your nail there, that's going to give you that double repelling line. This will do that. And it's so much prettier than my magnet. It's like gold and it's super shiny and it's pretty awesome. I've cleaned it a couple times with acetone, so it seems the gold plating on it seems to be holding up pretty well to that. And it's also got the writing on here too. In a minute, I'll have a close-up of the ring, way better shot than what I'm showing you here. So get this if you're wanting my ring magnet. It's magical. And then if you want to, well, don't stick them together, but if you want to, you too can just add it to a keychain or something. That's what I do. And I just stick it to my desk like that, and it's hanging and I know exactly where it is. So super, super exciting. We're going to dive into the swatches here. We're going to check out these beautiful pretties from Jen and Barry's. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting off with House Hunter. This is described as a lapis blue base with a strong red, orange, gold chrome shimmer and iridescent holographic flakes. This is one of my top picks for this video. Of course, I do love a good blue shimmer. This one is quite jewel toned in that base color. I do agree with that. So it's a true, what I consider a lapis blue. I'm going to suggest 3 coats with it as it does have a jelly formula and you want to maximize the amount of shimmer that is going to come off on your nails and also plump it up too as it is a lighter type of formula. So strongly suggest 3 coats and a good glossy top coat. Power Play is a peacock blue linear holographic. This is another top pick for me. And not just because it's blue, but also because it is just an old school style indie finish. I forever loved these types of straight up holographic rainbow goodies. Power Play does have a lighter formula to it, and I wanted to build it up to that creamy-like appearance that I personally enjoy on holographic finishes like this. So I'm going to strongly urge you to do 3 coats with this one too. Build it up and plump it up to its maximum potential. This is beautiful, and it's got that gorgeous, strong holographic effect in bright lighting situations. And that base color is very flattering too. Tease is an orchid base with intense fine gold, green, blue shifting shimmer. Now, this one, in my opinion, even though I know the official description says it's an orchid base, I do tend to think of orchids kind of in between this pinky purple type of area, vibe, whatever you want to call it. I agree with that. I do think against me, it is, I don't know, I felt like it was leaning a little pinky against my skin tone. So I think it's just going to depend and probably play up against yours too. But my full hand shot gives you a good idea of what exactly I'm seeing in person. This also has a jelly-like formula to it, so I will suggest 3 coats here too. The Brother Lode is a slate gray base with a sparkling gunmetal shimmer and a silver to icy blue shifting shimmer. This has I don't know, I want to classify it not quite as a true chrome, but it does give chrome vibes as you build it up. This one also had that lighter type of formula to it as we've seen thus far. I'm going to suggest 3 coats to plump it up and maximize all the goodies on your nails. This one, interestingly enough, even though it's quite loaded and packed, I guess pun intended, I did that accidentally. Even though it's loaded with all of those chromy like shimmers, it was interesting that it wasn't streaky in how it applied. Mighty Matter of Legend kicks off the Lord of the Rings set. This is a maroon base with emerald aqua turquoise shifty shimmer and a touch of scattered holographic flakes. This one's kind of like Power Play, and I think that it's going to play up against your skin tone too. Against me, it's leaning quite wine-like against me. And it also had that lighter type of formula, but it did have a squishy factor to it. So I chose to stop at 2 coats, normal coats, mind you. Side by Side with a Friend is a violet base with a greenish taupe, somewhat brown shimmer. This is another one of my top picks, and that's really interesting because this is typically a color that I would shy away from, especially with my skin tone. I don't usually like earthy types of colors, but hear me out. This is a really interesting type of color. The way that this one shifts, it's giving chrome type of duochrome effect in this copper to silver type of way. It's really weird in the best way possible. I chose to do 3 coats. Mind your brush strokes with this one to prevent any potential streaking, and you're good to go. Still Counts as One is a periwinkle crelly base with a purple to pink shifty shimmer, holographic microflakes, and silver magnetic shimmer. We are going to see that ring magnet in action with this one. This is what I classify as like a frosty type of magnetic. The pigment that is going to magnetize here is that nice silvery, very light type of silver color. This is quite plumping. It builds up almost like a cream in the thickness of it. Not a bad thing. That's how I like my polishes. So I chose to do 2 coats and a glossy top coat. Again, make sure that you are magnetizing that glossy top coat layer. There is a purpley shift to this, as you see on my photos here. It's at the more extreme angles though. The Beacons Are Lit is a clear base loaded with red holographic micro glitter and a gold magnetic shimmer. This is my top pick out of the whole video, and that's kind of going against the grain for myself as it's going over the 2 blues that I mentioned earlier. This is very pretty. Now, it is a clear base. So mind you, on natural nails, you could probably get away with 2 coats, But regardless, natural or falsy, I will still push you to do 3 coats. That way you're just so jam-packed full of goodies on your nails. It's a pretty standard formula. I didn't have any things to consider, say like plumpness or whatever. So I just went in normal for myself and I wanted to just give it all I had. And it was beautiful on 3 coats. You'll need a good glossy top coat. It's not gritty per se, like a true micro glitter finish, but it is a touch thirsty. So I think a thicker glossy top coat is just fine. The mirror shows many things is a peach base packed with gold, green, blue, shifty shimmer, and holographic flakes. So this is like straight peachy action, and there is so much shimmer in this one. It is very popping, very flattering. Peach is another color that I tend to shy away from too, and that's just because it tends to pull so incredibly neutral against my skin tone, and I mean, it's fair. It's a pretty color in general, but I like it to have lots of shimmer or something like this just to make it pop against, say, again, my tone, a warm undertone. This has a very crelly, true crelly formula, so I think 2 coats is just fine. There and back again is a fern green with intense copper gold green shifting shimmer. This is another really flattering color in my opinion, especially for medium to deep skin tones, at least on myself. Here in a moment on my full hand shot, you'll get an idea of that. This had that somewhat lighter jelly type of formula with it, but I felt like 2 coats was just enough though. Though some of you may want to do a 3rd coat if you're a purist like myself. So 2 to 3 coats, your choice, and a good glossy top coat. Toss Me is a dusty violet jelly base with blue to purple multichrome micro flakes, green to blue, and blue to purple shifty glass flakes. This is a straight flaky balm in a tinted type of base, in my opinion. It does have a potential to have over buildup, meaning if you go into ham too heavy like on each of your coats, it's going to have quite a bit of base, if that makes sense. So if you do 3 coats, which is honestly how I liked it, go in very, very thin. Kind of pull the brush up on the neck of the bottle to kind of get rid of some of that base and apply more flake. Again, if that makes sense. This will leave you a little thirsty, so I would suggest a glitter smoothing top coat and glossy top coat. What's the Elvish word for friend is a purple base packed with orange, gold, green, shifty iridescent flakes. We have a purpley version to Toss Me. Kind of the same disclaimer goes here, though I went in a little heavy-handed on my coats with this one. So I chose to stop at 2 coats. I felt like anything more was going to be way too thick on the nail, too much. And this one also, I would suggest letting it dry down for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes and then do your glitter smoother and glossy top coat together. That way it is not thirsty and it's got that beautiful glass-like mosaic like finish over all those flakes. Was Gondor is a sage green velvet linear holographic. Now, where I was talking about a top pick for the video, this one would have to be probably my 2nd. I loved this color. It is so pretty. I may or may not have screamed at Jen a little bit in private messages about it because it just knocked my socks off. This color is so very flattering. Beautiful, creamy type of formula here. It's a holographic in that it's got that very sheet-like rainbow effect to it, if that makes sense. I think my macro shot gives you a good idea of that. Again, creamy, smooth, chef's kiss formula. I'm going to suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat of choice. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. House Hunter looks pretty cool over dark colors. Power Play, you are dehorning a unicorn. Striptease works as a topper pretty well. Just be mindful of that tinted base. The Brother Lode, I feel like it's kind of redundant really over anything. Mighty Matter is very pretty as a topper. Side by Side, same thing as the Brother Lode, not feeling it. Still counts as one. Meh, I think it kind of mutes it too much. And the Beacons Are Lit looks really cool over black. I think there is some potential with that clear base. And this mirror shows many things. This is a shimmer bomb. It looks very pretty. Same thing with There and Back Again. Toss Me. Sure, I think this one could do pretty well over matchy match undies in the respective color palette. Same thing for Elvish Word. And Was Gondor, you are dehorning a unicorn again. Do not topper this one, please. The Lord of the Rings collection and the Fallout Part 2 quad are going to drop December 17th at 10 a.m. MST. And it also signals the start of my break. So as I will be probably having my baby within the next week after this video dropping, I want to wish you all a very happy holidays, a very happy new year. May all of your rest of your month be amazing and awesome. I hope it's lots of rest, relaxation, lots of love, and more importantly, lots of good food too. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.